Bam, boom, 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 bam, boom. Yo, test, 1 million, 2 million. Whoa, we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing? Boom. All my intros. So, this is the last day of 2025. It's a beautiful day. I'm very appreciative for the year 2025, and I wish myself and all of you to have a beautiful year full of blessings and full of lessons. And I pray to God that we are going to be powerful, strong, happy, and we are going to live and lead amazing lives. Today's friendly chat is about a story that I heard somewhere. God blessed me with a new teacher in my life, and he told me that story, and it was a story. It was a beautiful story full of lessons. So it was a father, and that father had 3 sons, right? And the father, he was a successful I don't know, let me give a little bit spice into the story. So let me change a little bit the names and all that, and the occupation of the whatever. So the father was like a successful businessman, right? So he had a lot of money, and he had like 1 million, right, in the savings. Old father, etc. So he said to himself, right, you know what, I'm gonna give the 3 sons that I have, I'm gonna give them 333,000 million thousands, and to each and everyone, like to them and their families, right? And give away the 1 million before I pass and go like to heaven. So before he even decided that, all his sons were like getting in fights, you know what I mean? Like they were getting in fights with each other, and they were like, oh no, I love dad, no, I love dad more than you, etc. So dad, come Friday night, to my house, like I will have dinner for you. No, John, no, dad will come to me. Jack says, no, dad will come to me and my house, my family. So they were fighting with each other. And the father was like, oh, my sons love me a lot. So he said, you know what, guys, I had this 1 million, right? And since I'm alive, I want the 3 of you to share, like the 1 million, and I want you to see like living, etc., and being happy with the money and all that I have saved, like in my life. So he gives it to them, and next Friday comes. The father is like confused. It's like there is no dinner, no going out to the park, nothing. Like, no, what are we going to do? So he calls like his older son. He's like, John, what up? So what are we going to do this Friday? We are going to like to the park. We are going like to the museum. We are going like for dinner. What are the plans? And John's like, oh, Dad, you know what? We have a lot of work. Like, call Jack. He called Jack. Jack, what is happening? John said me this and that. Oh, Dad, I have like a lot of work. The same. We are going like to go like on the trip. Call, I don't know, like Joseph. J. Everybody J. So he called Joseph. Joseph, what's up? No, Dad, I can't. I'm sorry. Next Friday, the same. Calls, no answers. It was like, the bank, when the bank is calling you and you don't answer, you know what I mean? Like if you own money, like to the bank. So he's like, oh man, I can't believe it. So he goes like to his mentor, right, to his teacher, and he says like, the father, right? He says like, teacher, such and such happened, like my sons. After like I gave them like the money, they don't even talk to me. You know what I mean? Like, before that, it used to be dinners and father, how much I love you, how much I care for you, and everything. And I even love you more than the other two, and the other two, they are this, that. You know, like each and every one of the sons was doing the same thing. So his teacher said this. You know, I have a plan. I have a plan to really, really, really get back to them and also teach them a lesson, you know, a life lesson. And so you are going to, the teacher said, you are going to call them and you are going to say this. So now the scene cuts, right? And the father calls, you know, like, and he says, you know, John, yo, what's up, dad? I want you to help me with something. And he says, what? I have like a lot of diamonds and I want to buy a safe, a big safe, you know, like not those like small ones. And I want them to store them, you know what I mean? Like in my house, you know. I don't want to go like to the bank and to store them there and etc. etc. So Jones is like, yeah, dad, of course, dad, but let me call Jack and Joseph, like, because since the safe is going to be like big, huge, as you say, it means that you have a lot of diamonds, dad. I will call them like for help. So he calls them. They go like to the father's house. Boom, they dig and dig and dig and dig, etc. One day of hard work and labor. They store the safe. They put everything. Boom, 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 boom. Everything. They clean all that because like a old father. It's ready, dad. Now you can store your diamonds. So next Friday comes, Saturday, you know. Boom, they call the dad. Dad, where are you? Come for dinner. You know, we have plans, dad. No, the other. So it happened the same thing, right? And for the rest of the father's life, right? It happened the same thing. The sons were like, Dad, we love you. We love you, father, and all that stuff. So the final moment comes for dad's life, and dad dies. The lawyer of dad takes the three sons, their families, and he says, so it's time for me to read the will, and the will had the what you call it, the number of the safe, you know, like in order like to open it, the passcode, the code of the safe. He opens like the safe, and he finds sand, and in the sand he finds a letter. He opens the letter, like the sons, they're like, what is happening? What is happening? Where are the diamonds? Like they start like talking with each other, like their families, like their wives, they're like, what is happening? And in the letter it said like, you three, I will like say it like as a, with my own like spice, you three ungrateful BS, RDS, whatever you are. When I wrote to you, when I gave you my money, after I gave you my money, you didn't even want me. You took my money and now no that. Once I said I have diamonds, you wanted me back, right? You are three ungrateful sons, and all that you deserve, it is sand, not diamonds. So the teacher of the father taught him how to fool them in a way. And this is a great lesson, you know, like through a story, you know, because sometimes, and since it is like the holidays and parents, you know, like they give gifts to to children, and I see a lot of in social media, like children like throwing the gifts out, or all they care about is like the gifts and all that, and they don't care about like the parents' hard work and how hard they worked for those gifts. They always want more, and once they get the gift, they don't care anymore and all that. And like there is like so much. And sometimes I even think and ask myself, hey, am I here ungrateful? Am I here ungrateful? Am I ungrateful even to God? Because sometimes God gives us gifts, right? What makes you think that you deserve like a lot of blessings that you have from God? Sometimes you have like to wonder and be like, wow, why do I deserve all those gifts from God? Because at the end of the day, they are gifts from God. Oh, I worked hard and all that. Yeah, Mexican guy like in Los Angeles, he works like 16 hours a day. What do you think, that you work harder than him? You know what I mean? Like there are people like who work like extremely hard, but sadly, because of their lack of education, where they started and everything, they don't get like the same like blessings, opportunities that you have. And sometimes I see like a lot of people who in another way, like they are trying like to stop a blessing by God, meaning like if I hear somewhere, or if I learn a lesson in my life, right, and I'm trying like to convey it to other people, because I'm trying like to be grateful to God, because I'm like, since somebody helped me to save a part of my broken soul, then why should I stay like, and be like, oh yeah, I got like the saving from other people, like through God's energy, right? And now I'm healed and I'm so good, right? And I don't have like to spread, like the word. I don't have like to spread like the healing energy, like to the world, because like everything for me, only for me, not give, don't give, only take. You know what I mean? Like put filters on what you say, put filters on the energy, on the healing energy, just because a lot of people, they are not willing to receive the message, right? Because the truth in the beginning, it shakes you up. And once you are comfortable, right, in living in a lie, and in having that broken energy, right, and you don't want to heal, you are trying like to say like to other people, hey, don't talk about this, oh, don't talk about that thing, no, yeah, maybe, you know what I mean? And I believe that those kind of people, they are ungrateful to God, because God is trying like to give them like a gift, even if it is an oral saying, right, a message, you know what I mean? And they try like to cut it off, you know what I mean? And to be like, no, we don't want to hear that, right? Don't shake us from all that lie. But the thing is that, well, maybe you do not want to hear it, right? And maybe you do not want to change, but there are people out there who are unaware of a lot of things that are happening to them, and they are unaware of a lot of things that are happening to them, and they are broken mentally. You can see it like in their eyes, right? Look at my eyes. So you can see it in their eyes that these people, and I see it a lot like in the young generations, they are broken mentally. And I remember myself how broken I used to be, like spiritually wise. And I was like, well, I was born this way. You know what I mean? And I didn't know that, no, there were external factors that were making me this way. And I wish at that time, when I was so broken inside of me, I had a Ronaldo Zaimi or a teacher or whoever, just to tell me, you know what? Here is what is making you this, and that. Now, it's up to you. You want to keep following the wrong road, or you want to change your ways. And in order for you to change the ways, because you were taught wrong, it is going to take a lot of hard work inside you spiritually, in your heart, your brain, your subconscious, everything. It takes a lot of mental energy, right? And it might take years, but you know what? At least you know, right? At least you know that you are born to be great, that you are born to spread the beautiful energy of God's energy. So, to those ungrateful sons, I say, all that you deserve is sand, no diamonds. Peace and love. Happy New Year to everyone. Bye.